So are you guys ready to talk about the Jonbenet case?
I think I am. Are you guys?
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. I wanna learn to rope and to ride.
It starts with beauty, the beauty of a young, talented girl whose life, family, and makeup all seemed perfect from the outside. But once you take off the makeup, you've shown something that's more than just a scary story. It's real life. Betrayal, tragedy, and anger. The story of Jonbenet.
My name is Jonbenet Ramsey.
It's one of the most haunting murder cases in American history. 6-year-old
Jonbenet Ramsey. Do you know who killed Jonbenet Ramsey?
The story of Jonbenet is a long and inclusive one, so hold on to your seats as we get into it. To start us off, Jonbenet Ramsey was murdered Christmas 1996. She was 6-year-old at the time of her death. The thing that's crazy about this case is the fact that this little girl was proven to be murdered in her own home that night, which leads people to suspect the parents. There were no footsteps in the snow and no obvious signs of break-in. But getting into the facts, her mom, dad, and brother woke up that morning and had no clue to where Jonbenet was. So immediately, they call the police. They also find a 2-page ransom note asking for the exact sum of $118,000. The family had called the police around 6 a.m. and said the only people in the house that time when they woke up and found the note were the mom, the dad, and the brother. The police said only Jonbenet's room could not be touched, which further damaged the crime scene. As friends and family arrived, stressed because no one knew where Jonbenet was, the family began to clean the house. Once again, the only room left untouched would be Jonbenet's. At around 8 a.m., when the Special Police Task Force came to the house to deal with the ransom note, no one had yet tried to claim the money that her parents had offered. The police advised John Ramsey to search through the house more thoroughly. His neighbor assisted. In some records, his neighbor reports John Ramsey almost making a beeline to the cellar, where in fact Jonbenet's body was found. Jonbenet's dad then lifted her body and took her upstairs, once again damaging the crime scene. He even moved her again later that day.
The sex offender Gary Olivia.
Gary Olivia lived a few blocks away from where the Ramsey household was, which was oddly he was a main suspect to police officers, with him being a child molester and upholding pornography. So the focus on him was to do with this new case. We are not in a position that at this point to say if he was looking to be connected with her, but there was things that pointed towards him, including the newspaper clip outs of her in the bag. Him repeatedly saying how he hurt a little girl to one of his friends. And just a lot of things pointed towards how he could have done it along with a bunch of other people. There was a lot of evidence, like how the shoes he was wearing matched the ones in the basement. DNA cleared him, which was kind of a bummer, but that led to a new suspect.
John Ramsey, the father. So, how he is the main suspect is that the day that they found the body, well, prior to when they found the body, once they called saying that JonBenet was kidnapped, and after I found out that she was murdered, the father was asked by the detective to search for anything in the house that that could have been taken or was missing. So what he did was he didn't check the entire house. He sort of made like a beeline towards the basement and found JonBenet Ramsey's body there. And messing with the body did mess up some of the evidence that was on the body, picking her up and taking her up to the main floor of the house for everyone to see. And after he found the body of JonBenet, reporters and journalists caught him walking out the house on the phone with his pilot. But sometimes when you look at someone after a murder on the phone, it's suspicious, but really it was just because he wanted to get out of there with his family and go live in the house or go stay at the house in Atlanta. So really, he's not really a big suspect, but in the eyes of others, he was, because they didn't know what he was talking about when he was on the phone.
Let me address very directly, I did not kill my daughter JonBenet.
John Mark Carr was arrested out of nowhere. He had been talking to a Colorado professor until it took a morbid turn, and he reported him saying, quote, "It was a love game gone wrong," end quote. And in 2006, he was arrested in Thailand whilst living on the lam because of the confession. The professor had also reported him saying, quote, "Close your pretty eyes, sweetheart." He also refers to himself as Daxus, where he would say, quote, "Daxus loves you so much. Oh God, I love you, JonBenet, and my lover's eyes are slowly closing," end quote. He was later cleared for DNA and was labeled a pedophile who just wanted
intelligently
fame.
waive his right to the issuance and service of a governor's warrant. He is remanded into custody without.
Two other suspects is Burke Ramsey and Patsy Ramsey. Now Burke, he could have been a big piece to the chessboard. He was seen a month prior hitting her over the head with a golf club or baseball bat, and the neighbor recorded this, not by phone, but she saw this and told the mother, and Patsy got angry. So the night of the murder, they suspect that Burke was eating either pineapple or milk, which was JonBenet's favorite snack to eat. And she walked down and saw this and took a piece. Now, if that could have been the breaking point for him, seeing her, she gets everything she wants and doesn't ever get ridiculed. It's just, we don't know, because her prints were never found on the bowl or on the tea glass. Only Burke's and the dad's were.
Conflict, or I don't know, I guess
The mother, Patsy Ramsey, was, I guess you could say, the most high suspect in the entire murder case because, you know, she was a beauty queen herself, and, you know, since her daughter is in pageants and such, it's sort of like a legacy that Patsy had passed down to JonBenet. And getting old as heck, and, well, with that comes a lot of, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, she's turning 40, but normally when someone turns 40, there's a lot of pressure going on, and she had a lot of pressure when it came to the holidays and her 40th birthday, of course. So when you think about it, she was stressed out, and that she was always trying to make sure that the life of the family was perfect, and sometimes it didn't go so well, so she'd be mad at the family. But the one that she was mainly mad about was JonBenet, because she always used to wet the bed, or did. And when she did, she would become very mad and angry with her. I don't know why. I mean, that's possibly a normal 6-year-old thing to do, to wet their bed.
Please tell us names of people, you know, who may have been in your home at any time. You know, just
So I hope you guys enjoyed our video, and hopefully we inspired you to look into either an unsolved or solved case and, you know, like find out everything about it, because that's kind of what we did. But yeah,
Just find your own, have fun,
And try to
and
solve
don't stop.
Bye.
and stay focused so Miss Grana doesn't get mad. All right.
Soundstripe.